Hey, what's up? My name is PJ, and in this short video, I'm going to show you how to shoot and edit levitation photography. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a camera. Just about any camera will do. I used the Fuji X100S, but that was purely because I needed to film on my 5D. Bonus points if it's got something that does manual exposure, and manual focus helps as well. And the only other thing you need is a tripod. Pretty much any tripod will do, or you can sit it on the ground or anything flat, so long as your hand is very, very sturdy. But a good tripod will help you a lot. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to set up a stool or chair and a model somewhere that you want to shoot them, somewhere kind of interesting. I chose a leafy corner of my backyard. Then I set up my tripod and camera to compose the scene how I wanted it to be. Then, as carefully as you can to not move the camera, you take a few photos of the model the way you want. I had Jordan sitting cross-legged as if he was meditating or something, and I made sure that he was on the front half of the stool, just so he wasn't behind it in any way, so he was sort of hanging over it, and that will help a lot later on when it comes to cleaning it up in post. Just if you can, make sure the front of your model is overlapping the prop. What you do from there is you take a few photos, change the pose if you like, and then when you're happy, you're going to remove the model and the prop from the composition, and you're going to take a few photos of just the scene as it is. Same setting, same everything. An important tip that's going to help you here, which I actually forgot to do in this video, is to, once you're happy with your photos, turn your camera to manual focus and then shoot the scene as it is with the same focus settings, just to make sure that because your camera is going to autofocus on something in the background if your subject leaves. The idea being that you've got the exact same frame, the exact same scene, settings and everything in two photos, one with the prop and the model and one with just the scene. Then when you lay them on top of each other in Photoshop, you can remove the props, revealing the empty scene below. Alright, so at this point I've got both my images into Photoshop. The adjustments have been made in Lightroom tonally, and I put them through my presets and they're looking pretty good. I'm happy with where they are, and they're quite consistent. The lighting and the settings and the edits are consistent between the two photos. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit Command A to select all and Command C to copy with that top image, and I'm going to paste it on top of the blank one that we have. So I'm going to rename this top layer Jordan, because that's the one that Jordan is going to be floating in. And then what we're going to do is, with that top layer selected, we're going to hit Option and click that little layer mask icon, and that's going to fill it in with black. So what you could do then is, with a white brush, you could paint it back in if you wanted, but it's going to be quicker to just brush out the chair. So let's hit Command I to invert that to white. And then with a black brush selected, nice soft brush, you can just paint the chair out. And I understand it's not gonna match up perfectly with the grass below, but when you zoom out and you see the picture as a whole, it actually doesn't matter at all. So just do a good enough job. It's also, I can already tell that the focus has changed a little bit between the two photos, but again, once you zoom out, you won't really be able to tell. So around the bottom of the stool here, it gets a little tricky because there's not too much contrast. So my trick would be for that to be create a brightness adjustment layer. And then I'm going to crank that right up so you can see exactly what's going on under here. And then you can zoom in and a little bit more carefully, make sure you have the layer mask selected, and a little bit more carefully you can paint out that stool. Okay, so now we're going to zoom out. We're going to kill this brightness adjustment layer, and there you have it. Jordan is now floating happily in my backyard. So this is the before and after, before and after. It's actually very, very easy. As long as you've got the image on a tripod and you don't shake it too much with your hand, it's very, very easy to do. And it's cool. Non-photography people don't understand it. They think it's some sort of magic. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.